the thing for me? All right. All right. Hello, ladies. Welcome to another episode of Black Love Elevated, y'all, where we elevate conversations around love, relationships, and real life experiences. Yes, we already told y'all this isn't just surface level talk. We are talking about and getting into things that people want to know about. You guys have been inboxing us. We're looking at seeing what's going on live. So, like I said, another episode. It's tea time, and I'm here with my girls.
Tobie.
Y'all already know I'm Eb.
And I'm Ash.
Absolutely. So let's jump into it because we got some hot topics that we want to talk about tonight. And we also, as you can see, we got some guests on the line that we're going to talk to. So who you got, Ash?
Well, before we get into that, let's just kind of tell them a little bit because I think we need to tell them a little bit about Black Love Elevated. I think that's probably the big thing, right? So welcome in,
Absolutely.
guys, to BLE, Black Love Elevated. Black Love Elevated is more than just the podcast. We're actually a community. So you guys know us as the Tea Time Podcast. But what we do is we help develop friendships, relationships, family, healing, and personal growth. We come together not only just for outings and meetups, but we support each other and build stronger relationships. So our goal is to create a space for Black love to be seen and protected and to be challenged as well, which is why we have this podcast and these wonderful ladies with us today. But overall, we are here to have a good time tonight, and we want to make sure that you guys are fully engaged with us. But before we get into all the hot, juicy tea, I'm gonna pass it over to Tobie so she can tell you guys about some of the events that we got coming up, and then what we've done in the past. Child, give them a little bit of the tea, Tobie.
All right. So all I'm gonna say to y'all is I have been warning everybody that we're gonna have this men versus women battle royale, winner takes all coming up on June the 20th at the Great Big Game Show. That's this weekend. It's about to be lit. And we are not gonna have mercy on the fellas just because it's Father's Day weekend. Like, nah, that's out. We taking it all for all the bragging rights. Now we did have one couple cancel on us. So we have one spot. Now, if y'all didn't get in and RSVP before it sold out the last time, go ahead, DM us, text whoever you know in the group or whatever. Go ahead and RSVP, send that money, book it, y'all. Y'all ladies need to go ahead and bring that man out to this event so he can go ahead and be a part of the losing crew with the other fellas. You know, everybody need, camaraderie. Everybody need a group. You know what I'm saying? So come on, y'all. So now that we've said that we're gonna win and we already know what it is, what y'all drinking on? What you drinking on, Ed?
Oh, well, I decided to get me a little tequila. Yeah, and I got me a little bit of pineapple juice in here and a little coconut. It is so good. It is so refreshing. I'm loving it because I'm still charged up off of those Knicks yesterday. Go Knicks.
Oh, here
Go.
she go, y'all. Here
Look,
she
lights
go.
out. Lights out. I'm still turned up off of that. So I'm still celebrating with my drink right now. What you got going on over there, Ash?
Well, my husband calls this a manly drink, but it's some whiskey. All right, just a little whiskey and coke. He's like, yeah, you need to talk about that on the episode. How you drink a manly drink? First of all, sir, we will be bringing that up. But no, I got some whiskey and coke, y'all. We gonna do it big for sure. What did you say you had, Tobie? I hear you.
So I actually have the newest little, without saying no names, the cognac flavored, cognac iced tea flavored cognac with some peach simply is what I mixed mine with this time. So that's what I'm drinking on, trying to get me right. And I brought my cousin Tiffany on to join us.
Is it my time?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Tiffany. I am a counselor, a coach, and student of love and life. I am sipping on, I guess I got a manly drink too, because I got Courvoisier and cognac. Cognac and ginger ale. And I'm excited to be here. My relationship status, for those who are interested, I am a single, a free agent, but occupied.
What'd you say?
Say it
Single
again.
and what? I didn't hear you, ma'am.
Single but occupied.
Single but occupied. Okay, clocking it. Yes, ma'am. So I got my cousin on here. I got Miss Mac in the building. Talk to him.
Hey y'all, I'm Mac. Career professional and a happily single woman. Um,
Hmm.
quite some
Period.
time. Yes.
Hmm.
Tonight I've got me some. I guess it's a manly drink, but I'm a bourbon girly, so I got
Same.
some whistle
Hmm.
pig and ginger ale.
Ooh, whistle
Period.
Ooh,
pig.
whistle pig.
Yes.
Come on
See?
now.
Yes.
She knows
Okay.
ball. She knows ball.
All right, okay, guys. All right. And I have Miss Trish, my best friend, my family. Y'all know we've been knowing each other forever. I think 5, maybe 4 and 5 or something like that. So this is a long, long relationship. So Trish, tell them what you're drinking on, girl, and tell them what your relationship status is, honey.
I'm over here sipping on some rosé
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
with a high
Okay.
alcohol content. Since we ain't telling no labels, you feel me? And like you said, that's my sister, cousin, best friend. We've known each other since we were correction 5 and 6.
Okay, excuse me.
We're not gonna say how
Okay.
long that is because that's gonna date us.
Okay.
Um,
All right, that's better.
I'm a divorcee. Single till it's a ring here, but I do have a man.
Period.
Okay.
Okay. Period.
Okay. Now, Trish, I heard you said no labels. You want to know why we're not mentioning labels? Ash, why are we not mentioning labels? Because we're all talking about what's in this cup, but what's really going on behind that?
Oh, for sure. So basically, guys, we are looking for sponsors. Okay. So what that
Mm.
means is if you are interested in becoming a sponsor, you need to go ahead and hit us up. When we post this video, you are going to have the directions to hit us up, but we do have a Gmail that's posted on our page right now. So if you are interested in being a sponsor for Black Love Elevated, go ahead and hit us up as soon as possible. Miss Tobie does man that email and she's always on time. So reach out to her
Mhm.
directly for sure.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you ladies said it. I think they done heard about the group. They understand that we got some guest speakers on the line. We got different situations and different area codes. A lot going on tonight. It's time to jump into this. Ash, can we kick this thing off? What are we talking about tonight?
Yes, ma'am. I am so excited, y'all, because it's always just us three the majority of the time. So to have some extra guests is always super fun. We gonna have a great time, y'all. Everybody understands that we're gonna keep it as open as possible. You can say whatever you want. It's up to you, child. We just want to keep it open and honest. But I want to get into some things with these hot topics. Okay,
Mm.
let's start with our questions. So, the way that we're going to run this is we got a few questions for the ladies because we are looking at different relationship dynamics with this panel of people. So, we want to hear the perspective of not only just married women, right? But we want to hear from those who are in serious relationships, maybe divorced, and also single as well. So, that's why it's called Run or Ring or Run. Ring or Run.
Ring or run.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And it doesn't necessarily mean that these ladies done ran away, okay? Because they stand on business.
Period.
But regardless of that, we still want to hear their perspective and not just our perspective. So let's go ahead and jump into the first question, okay, child? So
Hmm.
for our first topic and our first question, what are wives expected to tolerate that single women would leave for? All right. And I think this is just a great question to start with because it's real. And as a married woman, I know that marriage is not something that you can just throw away. Right. So for me, it's like we always have different seasons through our marriage that we have to go through. So I would
Mhm.
love to hear from you, Miss Mac, on how you feel how do you feel about this whole situation as far as like married women? Maybe you've know someone that's married or you kind of see from your perspective what does that mean to you as far as like being a wife and what we tolerate and what do you think?
Well, I know plenty of married people, and I come from a happily married home. But I think that married women just take a lot more, right? Um, and it may not be across the board now, but I think they take a lot more in terms of infidelity, weaponized incompetence, men just not living up to what they say they're gonna do when they're gonna do it. I could be wrong. But I feel like there's a lot more of that. And I was having a conversation the other day and it kind of took me off guard. I asked the man what he missed about his marriage. The man said he missed his wife cooking.
Mm.
I don't want to be reduced to those type of roles.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the things that I think, and then like general like lack of support sometimes. Those are what I've seen that concern me in marriages that I just wouldn't stand for.
Okay, good perspective. Well, Tobie.
So for me, I think the depth of the commitment is a little bit deeper when you're married. I think that when you're single, you operate on the premise that if it's not serving me, or if it's not something that I feel like I'm willing to, I guess, deal with or whatever, then I'm out. I could just leave. I could walk away. There's nothing tying me or holding me to this. I can find something that's a little bit better or a little different, or something that one of my things that I'm willing to accept or whatever. And I think that as wives, when you marry somebody, you vow to stick around through thick and thin to help the relationship grow as a whole in all areas. But I think the question really is like, at what point does that become an unfair burden to the wife? What do you think, Tiff?
I think it was named, but I was going to say the weaponized incompetence and unfair division of labor is the biggest thing that, as a single person, that I've heard across the board, across professional and personal, since I am a therapist, that a lot of times the women are carrying the household work. Like, it's been cautioned to me that, like, if you're looking to be in a relationship with somebody and cohabitate, make sure they know how to keep a clean house, because that becomes the woman's work, traditionally. And so I think actually the girlfriends are probably expected to tolerate a lot too, but I think they have that. It's a lot of times the woman's choice to deal with it because what she sees the relationship going to, versus married women that, they, because of the vow, because of the weight, because of now our lives are all interwoven together. It's a lot more difficult to walk away. Plus the history, right? We can't take away from history and the love that probably still is there, but just has changed course over the time and the different transgressions. So I think I'm gonna keep it light and say the unfair division of labor, because I think everything else, from my experience, sort of equals out with the wives and the girlfriends.
I like that. What about you? Go ahead, Mac.
So I do think, though, because you made a really good point, Tobie, about the commitment, right? So I think that even single women, if they're in committed relationships, especially when there's children involved, it's hard to make that cut, or decide that you're not going to tolerate something that you might not tolerate had there not been any kids or any other commitment in the mix.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of torn between two, because in my opinion, sometimes single people don't quite make it to the marriage because they didn't put enough work in. A lot of times, in my experience, you're molding certain situations and men to how you want them, and then the question may be, are you leaving too soon? Because you gotta go through it to get through it, and then if you may have given up on a good man, so are we putting enough work in? I mean, that's what I'm thinking about it. What you think, Trish?
So for me, I feel like the breakable bonds, right? When it comes to infidelity, when it comes to abuse, all those things should be something that neither side ever has to deal with, right? When I'm gonna just tell you, single me ain't putting up with shit. Single me ain't putting up with Nathaniel. Okay, like, but when it's a commitment, when it's a marriage, there's a vow there. So then I'm understanding that I came in with issues, he came in with issues, but we've made this vow in front of God and a whole bunch of ugly ass relatives that we don't even like to right? So I'm going to deal with family drama. I'm going to deal with trying to coach you through your mental health, understanding your trauma, understanding your insecurities, and to the best of my ability, if there is baby mama drama. But all those other things, when I'm single, I'm not dealing with that.
Right.
When I'm married and there's a real commitment, because I've been married before, there's a difference of what I'm going to be understanding about. Single me knows I have so many options, and I don't have to stay here if I don't want to be here. Married me knows I've chosen you, and I'm going to stick by you. And I know I have my issues. You love me through mine. I feel safe enough to tell you about mine, and you feel safe enough to tell me about yours. And I'm supposed to nurture you as much as you nurture me. So that's what I feel the difference is between single and wives.
Okay. Okay.
And so Josh, like Josh has said, hell, we have to mold y'all too.
I ain't gonna talk about
Understandable.
Josh.
I mean,
But
because
yes,
we got to be able to work with
Try.
each other. But
Try,
I want to go
Josh.
back to Trish for a second. You know what I'm saying? Because she says single me says I ain't going for it. But I must say, marry me say I ain't going for it either. We need to have some certain conversations. So does it really matter whether you're single or married? Because we talked about this a couple of episodes. What am I willing to tolerate? Am I staying in a marriage because of the comfort level and I don't want to start over? Or I'm going to protect my boundaries and stand on my business because whether I'm single or married, it's certain things that I'm willing or not willing to stand for. You feel what I'm saying,
Right.
Trish?
So what I'm saying is that I understand exactly where you're coming from. It's a choice. There are deal breakers for everybody across the board, whether you're single or you're in a marriage. But when you're in a marriage, you have had all, like for me, I know specifically because I got married at a very young age. I ain't doing this again unless I've been able to have the time to think about it, to understand who this person is, to let them understand who I am. And now he's dealing with my shit just like I'm dealing with his shit, but we're building together.
Right.
And single me is not going to sit up here and tolerate randomness because, all right, I don't care about you, your family drama. Forget you, your mama, her crooked ass smile, all that. Like, just go on, find somebody else where you can connect with. But
So you
marry
saying
me,
you
I
getting the
have
hell on
chosen
while you
you.
can.
Bye.
Okay. Okay.
But
You know
I
what?
think go ahead, Tiff.
I was gonna say, I think across the board, I want to change my answer because I really do think because really at the end we're in a time in the world where you really don't have to get married. So I think the playing board with wives and husbands and boyfriends and all the things like is that it's like what the person is willing to deal with or not deal with and how serious they take the commitment and the legalities of it all, because we know a lot of people that have been lifelong partners cohabitating happily and haven't went to courthouse and got that paperwork. So this is what I'm gonna say, that the real thing that girlfriends are tend to be told not to tolerate that wives aren't is unemployment. Broke niggas don't deserve no pussy.
Oh my God.
What we are
But
told.
can you get that man to level up? What if he broke right now, but he got great intentions? You know what I'm saying? He got great
No.
plans and shit. And you just let
You're
that
not
good
falling
dude
for it no
go.
more.
Yep.
We're not at my big age, not falling for it no more. Maybe.
What do you mean by not
that's it.
falling for it? What does that mean by when you say not falling for that?
Dating for potential is a young woman's game. You
Okay.
have the time, you got the energy, like you're choosing, you probably aren't that well established yet yourself. So you are willing to, work with somebody that you see the potential in, if they're in school or if they got a good XYZ, whatever we used to think was really doing something at 20, then you're more likely to stay with them. When at my age, unemployment is a liability on both of us, because I don't know if any of y'all been around the unemployed man. They are not very pleasant individuals. So not only is his health and money suffering, mine is as well. So I think that's one of the main reasons girlfriends are told, okay, if he don't got no job, it's okay for you to leave. But if you're a wife and he loses his job and you try to leave because he lost his job, all hell will break loose and you will be the problem. And I could argue, understandably, because that is richer for poorer. It's in the vows.
Exactly.
Well, you know what, Mac? I saw your face. You was looking a little crazy when we jumped into this. So what was you trying to say?
Men ain't dating us for our potential. So why on earth am I dating you for yours? Now, I hope you're ambitious. I hope you got it together, but I'm not building a bear.
I understand it. So I think we need to pose to the, I'm sorry.
They want us to be a full package. Least they can do is work.
I can respect that. I mean, that's why this is a panel for different voices and different opinions. So I think the question is, is there a difference between settling because you're in a marriage, or I'm just going to get the hell on and I'm going to cut my losses while I can because I ain't got time for the shits? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. We'll love to hear from the audience on this one. Ash, I'm going to turn that shit back over to you. Let's jump into the next one.
Woo, Lord, yeah, because y'all got some opinions, child. Y'all like stay
I like
leading
that.
that, you know.
I
Yeah,
like
I
that.
definitely do. I think that you guys have different perspectives on it all, and it all made perfect sense. Everyone had, even when Mac wrapping it up, I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. All right, I understand what she mean by that, child. All right.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and get into the next topic because I think this one is a big one for most people. The question on the table is emotionally cheating. Is it worse than physically cheating for you ladies? The reason why this is super important, I think something that we need to talk about overall, especially with different levels, because some people have just different perspectives overall of what cheating is in a relationship. For me in particular, I think that emotionally cheating is absolutely horrendous, and it's one of the biggest betrayals in marriage. Because for me and my husband, or just in marriage in general, I feel like that's sacred, right? That communication piece, or us just being able to relate to each other and being able to cry on each other's shoulders. So emotionally, if you are spending your time with someone else and developing in a relationship with someone else, that to me is taking away something extremely important and dear to our marriage. So I want to hear from Miss Trish first here. What do you think, is emotionally cheating worse than physically cheating?
Well, let me be very, very clear. Both can get you knocked off.
Facts. Facts.
Okay. Period, point blank. But like, for me, emotionally cheating hurts worse. Both of them hurt, right? Because let's be fully clear, there are not many men in this world that can emotionally cheat without also physically cheating, right? But I don't like if my man buys me the same gifts he bought his ex, let alone treating me the same way that you're treating somebody else while I'm sitting up here being committed to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because once I'm committed, I'm committed. But if we both playing, we both playing. So
Mm.
I feel like the emotional cheating hurts worse because that means other than men have to do a lot of things. Like for us, all we got to do is say, "Hey, I'm gonna call you up when I need some." When it comes down to men, it depends on the woman what they have to do in order to at least get them to a
Get to
point where
that
they want
point.
to have sexual intercourse with them. But you tell me that not only have you done that, you've been giving her all the love, effort, attention, because a vast majority of the time we're having issues at that point. And it's
Mhm.
easy. It's so easy for you to go mess with the next person because you don't have no ties to this to them like that. You don't have any commitment to them like that. They're not going to argue with you or tell you how they feel because they already knew they was second.
Mm.
A vast
Yeah.
majority of the side hoes know more than the main chicks do. So they already
Hmm.
knew that they were second.
Mm.
We over here sitting up here playing like we think that we the first one, and you got Keisha, Teresa, all of them,
Hmm.
right?
And you
Right.
And
sharing
then
all
you
of that
got
good
all
stuff
of them
with them,
feeling
right?
like they're going to be able to take my place. There's one thing between, like, I had a situation in the past, right? Ashley, don't look at me funny. I had a situation in the past, right, where I understood that they weren't ready to fully be monogamous, but everything else on my checklist was checked off. So if you're not ready yet, all right, I'm not ready yet. And then we gonna do us and then come back together when you got it all together. But even that is still something completely separate from saying that you're giving them the emotions
Mm-hmm.
that you gave me. So you're giving them the emotions. When you're giving them the emotions and side chick know about me, side chick know all my business.
Yeah.
You telling this heifer what I do, what I don't do, what I like, what I don't like, how I move. That's also, we done seen Fatal Attraction. That's also giving her way more information on me, and I'm too private of a person for her to have. So emotional cheating can get you knocked off faster than just I smashed this chick and I rolled out. It's
Mm-hmm.
being honest for me.
And you
Toby,
know
I,
what? I
I
want to
hear
jump in on
you.
that one for a
Oh, go ahead.
second. I want to jump
Go
in on
ahead.
that one for a second, Ash, because I agree
Hmm.
with you 1,000%. See, for me, in order to get to the physical, you had to have some type of emotional connection. So y'all doing all of this chat, and even if it's not a side chick, and as men or women would like to say, oh, this is just my friend, my homie, y'all getting personal, y'all talking about all of these things, then it leads to this connection. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm with you. Both of those things will definitely get your ass knocked off. That's when I'm definitely in front of the judge. It's premeditated. I did it, Your Honor. I'm with you on that, Trish. But I agree. I think that the emotional cheating is really hard for me, because you done tapped into my man's mind, his heart, and then that drew you to them. So now y'all got a deeper connection. It ain't just about sex. You know what I'm saying? Because sex, they can just go, you know what I'm saying? You have these one night stands, you have situations where they just pull up, and that's just what it was. It's understood, and that's just the thing. But once you start tying the emotional side of it, yeah, that's kind of a problem for me. I'm just saying, what do you think about it, Tobie?
Let's go into this, because someone at D Hill 77 says, if your mate, man or woman, is talking to someone else about personal things, you probably did something that made them feel uncomfortable talking to you about it.
Ooh, that's a man's perspective, y'all.
That's definitely
that could be a man or a woman. Ash, that could be a man or a woman.
I'm just saying that's not the speaking down there.
Yes,
That's all
it
I'm
is.
saying.
So do y'all want to go back to open communication and allowing your spouse to speak to you on how they feel openly and allowing them to express those feelings? Because see, this is the thing we was talking about on last time. When you don't allow that, then you lead into that outside noise, and now they're going to be pillow talking with somebody else. So just a little side note.
But I think that when you say that though, I feel like you need to tell your spouse that's how you feel. And then if it's not working out, get the fuck on. Don't cheat on me. Go ahead and be with whoever you comfortable talking to or whatever. Like, nah, that's not an excuse to cheat.
Kashana says, see Tiffany, not another bitch. I agree with Kashana. I agree with Kashana. Go with Tiffany.
Exactly.
Speaking of Tiffany, what do you think, Tiffany?
So my perspective is a little bit different, because my relationship orientation is consensually non-monogamous. So I think a broken agreement is a broken agreement, because financial infidelity could very easily be in there too. And so if we've established this is what we're going to do, all the way up to when we see a therapist or coach or pastor or whomever, or when we're going to, call this thing quits, and you go outside of that, then it's all up for, I don't think one should be weighed more than the other, because they're all breaches of trust. And depending on how much trust been breached, might not be, a way of coming back. So it depends on the people and the relationship. Like I personally don't necessarily call it cheating, because that's not how I frame it in the way I deal in relationships. But if you break an agreement, it don't matter what the agreement was. Like I can't trust you no more. Right. And why are we together if I can't trust you?
That's strong.
Yeah,
that's strong.
Mac,
Ash.
what do you think, Mac?
I think that they're both bad. And I think it depends on the person. It depends on the relationship as far as which one you're going to take, right? Talk to that person. Talk to a therapist. However, physical cheating comes with a different consequence. I feel like you can heal from emotional cheating, but physical cheating, if you give me one of them ABC category diseases because you decide to step out, I may not be able to fix it.
That's my problem right there. She hit it. That's my problem.
That's fair, because sometimes it's not the what you did; it was the how you did it. So if you,
the level of disrespect,
then
and then you bring home some random baby that I'm supposed to love and care for.
Oh Lord, that's another topic.
Look at that.
What you say?
That's
what you say,
too, right?
Goddamn baby, I ain't raising no goddamn baby that you done brought in this relationship. If the baby wasn't here before me, what baby?
Girl, you about to kick the baby in the air. I like that little meme. Okay.
This is for the outside children.
That's a whole
and you're right though, because now that physical situation just led to 18 years or a lifelong situation. So you just made a business decision, the fuck at my expense. We're not doing that. I can understand that.
Right. Yeah. My feelings will heal, but that baby ain't going nowhere. That STD ain't going.
Right.
I think that brought up some feelings. That brought up some feelings over here, child. Okay, because we getting a little heated over here. We need to probably just move on.
Next question.
I
Before
think we
we
can
get
move on, Ash, because
I
this shit could go a little bit deeper. Because I was thinking about some other things that I may want to say, like, hold on. Like,
yeah,
you're
hold
right.
on now.
We can go down a rabbit hole that we don't even want to touch. And, that's why the news is so live and there's so many things going on, because y'all not taking these things into account. People got feelings. People start getting in their heads or by themselves. And that's a dangerous place to be. Ash, kick us off to the next one, please.
Oh Lord, yes. All right. Thank you, ladies, for your perspective. Let me go ahead and move on. So we're gonna move on to question 3. This is a great topic too. I think that we can talk a little bit more in depth on certain things, but I want to hear from everyone in the comments right now, because I think this is going to really touch a lot of different people. But the question is, are wives still expected to submit? And if you don't know what submit means, Tobie has the definition for you.
I sure do.
Are wives still expected to submit when they also pay bills, lead the household, and carry the mental load? This is probably my question. I think me and Tobie were kind of chit-chatting about this a little bit. For me personally, I think that it is on our part as men and women, and particularly for men, they're used to kind of being in a certain position of power when it comes to being the husband. But when you're talking about a wife that is required, or a spouse that is required to do kind of like not even a 50-50, but hold the majority of the load, there's really not a way for you to kind of hold that dynamic of power, to me. So you're gonna have to kind of let it go, because I can't really submit to you if I'm doing everything. There really isn't a lot of use for you in this situation, because if I'm doing the mental load, if I'm paying all the bills, if I'm leading the household, what you giving me, dick? Because that's it. That's the only thing I don't got. I'm just saying. And I mean, that's if I don't bust out the little black box. I'm just saying. What else is there? What else is there? And as a wife, I feel like for me in particular, my husband does a great job on doing both. Of course, there are certain things that we need to work on. We are nowhere near perfect. But again, overall, as far as my perspective, it's not. It's just not that if we are required to pay and lead and carry all the mental load. Like, I ain't submitting to you too, brother. You want everything. It ain't happening. Ebony, what do you think, especially with you being a wife?
I mean, if we both work, we both holding down responsibilities, should that be 50-50? Or forget what I think. What about these situations out here, Ash, where the woman may be more financially stable? They're holding it down. So what am I submitting to? Am I submitting to a man that's a little bit weaker than me? Or should he be submitting to me? Ooh. You follow what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of a twist to that. So who am I submissive to? And why? What am I following?
Can we get these definitions out first before? Because I feel like for me, the submissive is a trigger word.
Tobie, go ahead. If you want to go ahead and read your definitions, please do.
I feel like we need to rephrase this question. I think so. Submit, right? This is what Webster, Google, whoever, right? Submit, accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. Okay. So first of all, let's be clear. When in front of closed doors, I'm not submitting to nobody. Okay. Let's just be clear. So to follow, I feel like could be a better one, which is to go or come after a person or thing proceeding ahead, to move or travel behind, meaning I'm trusting you to guide me, right? I think to me that sits a little bit better in my soul. And then the definition of to lead is to cause a person to go with one by holding them by the hand while moving forward. Show someone or something the way to a destination by going in front of them or beside them. And so I think now that we have those, does that change, or does that reframe the question for you guys?
I think it rephrases it for me because, like you said, I like that beside thing. If we doing things 50-50, can we walk alongside each other? Like, I mean, it's a partnership. So what makes your situation more superior than mine. Tobie, I think we got a couple of comments out there.
Yes.
Can you read one of those for me?
Yes. So Vince, after we talked about the submitting being a trigger word, he did say it is a loaded word. And then Kashana led with, I feel like regardless of all that, I expect the man I'm with to lead. Okay, thank you, Ashley, because I was trying to read these little bitty fine words. Okay. Both people should have a say because this is a relationship. I'm not a child. I'm not enslaved. Everybody in the household should be contributing to what makes it run. That includes financially. That means taking care of things, kids, to sum up. Yes.
We got one more comment that you can read.
Yasmin says, if you were with him when he was poor, don't leave because he. Oh, she's back in the cheats thing. Don't leave because he cheats once he gets money. Gotcha. Yeah.
I got one for the
So, I mean, it's a lot of different opinions and views out there, but we got a panel, y'all. We got some guests on the line. I want to hear what these guests is thinking about, because this is what you guys is asking about. You guys are inboxing us on this information. You guys want to know, maybe you don't got somebody close to you that can give you some good sound advice, but we got a panel. So, Mac, what you got?
Well, I think that submission is mutual. And I think that submission flows from leadership. And you might lead better in one area, I might lead better in another area, and then we need to submit to each other in those areas so that we can function well together.
Yes.
Right. But if I can't trust you to lead, and you know, this train is on the tracks and you running me into a ditch, I'm not going to sit there and watch you run this train off into a ditch. You know, that's a problem. So if I can't trust you to lead, that becomes the issue. And then, you know, when it comes to like sharing the responsibilities, I don't want to mother a man. I want a man. I think somebody said earlier that they got to mold us too. Please mold me. I'll mold you. Let's mold. But I'm not going to sit here and let you lead if you don't know what you're doing. Like, I'll tell you quietly, respectfully, you know, but I'm happy to submit to a man that can lead.
Yeah. And I think
submit.
Mac, to your point, I think that's probably one of the difficult things for men too, as far as allowing women to have that space. I think that's very, very difficult because they have, in my mind, and what I've seen so far is that men have a certain definition of what it is to lead. And what you're saying is that we both can lead. I have strengths, you have strengths. Let's play off of that. And I think that sometimes, though, for men, that's kind of difficult because they feel like, oh, this is just what it is and I'm supposed to handle. And sometimes to me, depending on the man, they don't understand what that means in totality. And I'm going to bring this up, and I just want to say this because a lot of times, and this is not all, but some men do come from households where their mothers were probably the leader. And I've said this on numerous occasions, whereas you probably feel like you understand what a man is based off of your mother, but you didn't get a chance to fully get the full experience of being in a relationship with your mother. There were things that she did that you were not involved with, whether it was paying bills or, you know, getting the credit together. And I think that sometimes when men have that perspective, they think that they overall understand what it is to be a husband, what it is to be a man, when they really didn't get the entire perspective of adulthood. Because your mama, you're not gonna show your sons everything. And I feel like sometimes they miss that point. Like it's more to it than what you see or what you thought you had seen. And you know, a lot of them say that. They're like, oh well, I was helping my mama and I was the man of the household. It's like, bro, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You weren't even half the man that you think it would be to, you know, be in a relationship. So that's my perspective. I think that a lot of times that's missing, you know, in relationships, especially on the marriage side too. And it's not to say that you're not a good husband, but it also speaks to what Mac was saying. Let me show you where my strengths are, and then you feed off of that and we work it out together. But Tiffany, I want to definitely hear your perspective for sure.
I might be in the minority, but first of all, I'm not gonna partner with someone long term that it doesn't make sense for me not to follow them when they lead. So I think that, like Jill Scott said, like if you could tell me what to do, then you could tell me what to do. So I'm gonna trust myself not to put myself in do I have to agree? Absolutely not. Now, but if they felt strong enough to stand on their conviction and they said, I think we really need to do X, Y, and Z, in theory, because I'm not married. In theory, I am. Plus, I've been single my entire life. I'm tired of making decisions. So you know what?
Girl.
If I trust you, and I said it, like, by all means, take the right. Now, couldn't even understand the words of paying all the bills and da da. Like, I wouldn't even get into that. So for me, it's not. No, it's not a question on whether or not I would submit, because first of all, I wasn't doing none of the other stuff in the first place if I'm here in a relationship with you. So absolutely, I would in theory, because like, I'm also a very opinionated person.
So Kashana has these comment section lit. Y'all need to catch up with Kashana, baby. She says, so I'm also a person that it needs to make sense, trusted to follow your lead. Men are not a check, and I feel like they think that's all we see. I ensure mine, I don't need you for that. It is a plus, absolutely. Do I want to be financially stable? Of course. So, and just piggybacking off of what all three of our panel guests have said, and Kashana, I definitely feel as women, we want to feel safe, right? At the end of the day, we want to feel safe, and we enjoy being able to be in our soft girl era. So we want a man to be able to take charge. We want to know that when he makes a decision, he's going to stand on that decision, come what may. Like, you make a decision and then it's fucked up or something happens in the end. Are you going to stand on fixing it? Are you going to stand on getting us out of whatever the situation was? You can't just decide, oh, I want to leave when it's good. And then when shit crumbles, now you all, oh, what do we do? I don't know. And now I got to come behind you and fucking get us out of it. Well, then I should have just did it to begin with.
I agree. Trish, I'm definitely want to hear your perspective for sure.
So for me, I feel like it's about originally choosing someone that you feel safe. Like Tiffany said, you feel safe enough to submit to, because I feel like the word submission has become so clouded based off of not all, but some men's definition of what submission looks like. Some men believe it looks like slavery, cooking, cleaning, blind trust, and I don't do blind trust.
Right.
Shutting the fuck up and doing what they want when they want it. And kind of being beneath them. But even if we go, and we don't touch on religion enough, but to a degree, when we're talking about that civil union, we're also talking about religion. Because I ain't never seen a homeless or unhomed, however we gonna do that politically correct, unhoused individual with Secret Service. And Secret Service is the highest powers telling somebody to protect the highest powers. So God, who is the highest power, said that it was their job to protect us. So there's no beneath. If he thought he was beneath, he wouldn't have given us it. That's not has nothing to do with feeling that this other person is weak. That has everything to do with us being as essential to the mission as men are. Right? So in saying that, I'm saying that when we choose the man that we choose, we have to choose someone who doesn't want to abuse the power they believe they have.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I can follow you all day if I trust you and I know that you're going to protect me. If I trust you and I know that you're going to put me and my safety and our safety and what the mission is first and foremost, because I'm not easily submitting to nothing, to nobody. But if there is a man that I know that I love and I am nurturing, and he loves me and he is nurturing, then I have no problem submitting, even if I'm also still contributing to the household. Even if I know that my strength is some of his weaknesses, and my weaknesses is some of his strengths.
Right.
He may not be able to handle the kids the way I handle the kids because he don't know how to talk to them.
Right.
He hot or he cold. Right? Either I'm gonna tell him off or I'm gonna spoil the crap out of him type of situation. And there has to be some type of middle ground there. Or if it's the cleaning part, you ain't gonna clean it to my standards. But if I'm the one doing everything and you're not feeding into me, you're not feeding life into me, I'm not submitting to shit because we both doing the same thing. Right. I'm going to work 8 hours a day. You going to work 8 hours a day. I'm coming home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. You going upstairs to play the video game. But no, I'm not submitting to that.
Well, you know what?
A real loud mouth to that. But to a man who is doing everything to make sure that we can accomplish all the goals at the end of the day and still be able to enjoy each other, that's different. I'm submitting to that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
What
just
were
got
you
a
gonna
bonus
say?
question. We just got a bonus question that just came through. It just popped into the Facebook Messenger, and I want to kind of put it out there as we close up this question. So, what I want to hear from the audience is submission a biblical principle, a cultural expectation, or both? Like I said, we got a
Ooh.
lot of different opinions and views out there. They just dropped this. Maybe somebody need to understand their situation or what's going on out there. So we want to hear what y'all talking about. So please drop your comments. The bonus question, they say again, is submission a biblical principle, a cultural expectation, or both?
It's
Ask.
both.
Mm.
No. She can go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead.
Well, from so this is my professional hat speaking. No, it definitely is both because, and especially in our society, our culture as American USA citizens, they're so interwoven, you can't separate them. Like if the religious didn't exist, would it even be in something that we would be considering? Right now, there are people who may not pull from that when they're trying to state their case from it, but it absolutely feeds in. And for women who are in in deeply in church, or religious, or in their faith, is this is a principle of their faith, like it's a double whammy for them, because that's how that a lot of time these Mormon wives and all this stuff, like they up here doing all of the work, and making the money, because they're the ones that people are paying on the internet and stuff like that too, and still are expected to go home to these husbands, and I don't know what submission looks like when you've done everything essentially, but whatever that looks like, they're expected to do that. So it's you can't really separate them in this here today world we in.
To a
Okay.
degree,
Well,
you
you know what,
can
Tiff?
though.
I appreciate that. Hold on one second. I appreciate that. And I really want to put that out there for our viewers. We want to see that tap into the comments, because what I really want to do, it's that time of the hour, y'all. I ain't going to hold you. I ain't going to do none of that. It's time, Tobie. I see you looking at me. It's time to jump into that Black Love Elevated After Dark. So once y'all take that question, please, the young lady, that was a bonus question. Put it in the comments, all of that good jazz. But I think it's time to turn it over to Black Love Elevated After Dark, Ash. I want to give it over to Tobie. What you think?
Yeah, I definitely think it's time. I think we have spent a lot of time on each question. But before we go ahead and move over to Black Love Elevated After Dark, I have to do my quick little let them know. So if you are not okay with uncomfortable topics or adult topics, this may not be the segment for you. So I advise you to stick around, because we really don't care. It's gonna happen anyway, and we need the viewership. So so just stick around and make sure that you guys are sharing the live. And I'm going to pass it over to our Black Love Elevated After Dark tea time segment lady, Miss Tobie. Go ahead and take it over, Tobie.
All right. So first, let me just say thank you, Yasmin, Kashana, or at D, whatever, Heal 77, all of y'all, everybody in the comments. Thank y'all so much. We did see y'all comments, but we're on a time schedule, but we're definitely going to feedback when we get off live so that we can, comment and keep the conversation going. So thank you guys. So the question for Black Love Elevated After Dark, how do you guys address personal hygiene concerns, right? When you're in a relationship, without embarrassing your partner. And now that includes, like, if you have, like, they have irregular smells, like the balls, they ass, the cootie coo, because it all be stinking sometimes, right? Like, how do you go to your partner and say, this is something that's concerning, whatever, without embarrassing them or making them feel no kind of way? And then the second part of that question is, I guess, how does that play into your preference with whether they're groomed, shaved, or bald down there? And let's kick it off with let's see. I don't know, Trish. I feel like I want to save Trish for the end. Let's go with Mac. Let's see what Mac got.
I'm not good about the not embarrassing part. I might start off soft. Let's have a private conversation. Something don't smell right, but after one or two of those, I'm like, you don't smell yourself. You don't smell that.
How do you have that conversation though, Mac? I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you've had to have that uncomfortable conversation? How does it sound? How did that turn out? Like, give us some tea.
All right. So, okay, baby, let's go take a shower, honey. Let's do this together. All right.
Okay.
Let me introduce you to some Dettol and some Dr. Brown. Oh, I'm sorry. To antiseptics and peppermint. Let me introduce you to some things. But if that don't work, I'm gonna just tell you, you stink. I'm sorry, you stink. I'm telling you out of love and concern, but you shouldn't smell like that all the time. So I'm not good at that part. And then, if I have to, I might help them wax or, clean it up a little bit, groom that, get rid of all the fuzz and all the things trapping the bacteria and the smells and yeah, yeah. They got. I'm not good at the nice part. I'm sorry, because if it's bad,
So you feel like if they got a smell or they got some shit going on, it's best to just say it with your chest. Look,
everybody
babe,
lying to them. Everybody smells that. Everybody sees the yellow cake in your teeth. Why would I sit here and tell you?
Yeah. See, I'm with you, but guess what? Everything that I talk about, ladies, is about a solution, and I definitely want to get your views because you're right. Honesty is the best policy. If you smell a little funny in a special area, you're talking about special attention, darling. Hold on. Let's talk about solution. And this may be for somebody out there because the solution I'm talking about, for example, men, the balls be balling. Like they be a lot of times, they be smelling a little raw, but it's something for that. They got something called like Mando or something like that for the women. The ass be assing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do. If you ain't got no nice bidet, you ain't using a wipe, your shit ain't just right. They got some shit called Lumi. It's like 48 to 72 hours. So if you got a little situation going on, can we talk about solution? But that's just my opinion. Tiff.
So we got some comments, y'all. Hold on, we got like a lot of comments. What? Let me catch up. So Jamaica says, you tell them you need to go wash your ass before anything can happen. Oh. Josh says, come here, let me smell that monkey.
Oh. Josh. Yo, those dudes be trying to slice. They be trying to slip test you. They want to put it in there and kind of do this. They trying to check it out.
Okay, but I think that there's a difference to Josh's comment. There are pheromones, right? We can't forget that. Like with men, they like that crazy ass shit. So, but I don't think that that's to the point of like a funky smell, But go ahead, Tobie. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
So Kashana says, let me hop my ass on it so I can address this motherfucker myself. Oh, okay, she's saying something else, I think. If I can smell it, you can. If I can smell you, so can everybody else. That's what at D Hill says. Okay. Oh, Kashana wants to know what the question was. Okay, Kashana, the question is, how do you address personal hygiene concerns in a relationship without embarrassing your partner, including if they have like irregular smells in the balls area, the ass, or their cootie cats? And do you prefer your spouse groomed or your partner groomed, shaved, or bald?
Groomed, shaved, or waxed. It's a difference. Groomed, shaved, or waxed. And then the Oliver twist is the why. You know what I'm saying? Because if you could tell your spouse you got food in your teeth, like somebody said, why you can't tell them you smell a little funny, honey? Okay. I guess go get that cleaned up if you want a good night. I'm just saying. So that's the question. Now let's hear what you guys got to say. Tiff.
I was going to say, you know that meme where they be like, black folks don't tell you that you went the wrong way. They just ask you, where we going when you missed the turn? That's me. Like, I know I'm a therapist by trade, but I'm really bad at having my own long, drawn out, kind conversations. So I'm going to be like, oh, you going to brush your teeth right now? After 1 or 2 times, if you look ashy, you going to put some lotion on your feet, and we all know what that means. You've missed the turn somewhere. So
that's a good way to put it. I mean, some people want to know how to have that conversation. I like that one, Tiff.
Direct is always the best because I can get real turned off real easily, and it's over for the rest of the night. I catch the wrong smell, so it's like, let me go ahead and help you out. If I get a hint of something.
But wait, you can't miss the second half of that question. Would you prefer your man hairy, groomed, or waxed, and why?
I'm a groomed to waxed girly. I like to stay closer to the groomed because I do like, the hair makes me feel like it's an adult. Like if you smoother than me, I have a problem with that. Me personally, speaking for myself. So it needs to be me. I want, nothing caught in my teeth or anything. But other than that, you don't have to go. You don't have to go all the way to the wax.
We're not gonna skip over that. She said, I don't want that caught in my teeth.
You heard what she said. Excuse me, clean it up. I'm hold you there, Trish. All right, you ready, Ma? You ready? I want to hear
I'm
what you
always ready.
thinking.
I was born ready. What we talking about?
Come on.
So I'm gonna just be honest with you. Coochie is bougie. I don't know how many men is told that for real, but coochie is extremely bougie. Like, I'm not a boy mom. I know I'm a girl mom. When it comes down to conversations I've had with my daughters as to like how to keep themselves up, it's about keeping themselves up. I'm not in the booth spitting bars about penis when we having these conversations. But men are not born into a world just understanding that coochie is bougie as hell. You can't just wipe from the back to the front.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just spray anything on them balls because that's gonna bother me. Like, ex from long time ago, long time ago, didn't drink no water.
Oh,
Individuals don't know that semen is supposed to be alkaline, and you sitting up here putting that into something acidic, and all you drink is soda, and it's acid on acid. You like, it don't even just have to do with you having sexual partners outside of me, but if you don't take care of you right, you gonna throw my pH off, and I ain't fucking with it.
agreed.
Then you need probiotics and all that extra shit, right? Because now we got to get it
you
right.
can do
I
all you want
understand.
to, but if a nigga is constantly nutting in you and they ain't taking care of themselves, it's still gonna throw your shit off a little bit, at least a little bit. Well, not all the way, but a little bit.
It's gonna throw
So if
your
you ain't
shit.
drinking
It's
no
gonna
water, all you drinking is soda, sir.
that's gonna throw you all the way the fuck off. Ain't no little bit. That's gonna throw your shit all the way off. And you like, bitch, I'm headed to the clinic and all this extra shit. Girl, you going to
Thinking
the
you out
clinic
here
because of
fucking
that nigga.
everybody, you just don't drink water.
Right. He's not hydrated.
Come on.
We gonna have a conversation, and I ain't gonna do it softly. Like, not to where I'm gonna be ignorant and outlandish, but baby, you gonna learn some stuff that you ain't learned before with me.
Oh Lord, Tobie, you want to read some of these comments, child, because they are going in these comments.
Yes.
Yes.
So Jamaica says they make deodorant for balls for men. The motherfuckers should be using it. Nobody should walk around with smelly balls. Right. And then
Thank you, Jamaica.
Yes. And then the @D Hill is actually Deshaun. Thank you for that, for introducing yourself, because I was over here.
Y'all know who Deshaun is.
Yes. He says cologne and perfume can only do so much. Wash your ass.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be putting good shit on top of bad shit. That's just
right.
It
makes it
you
worse.
just went from shit to diarrhea. Come on. With all of that.
Smell like floral funk.
Absolutely the fuck not. And you want me to go where? Down where? Okay.
Yes. Kashana says, I'm going to kindly ask you to go wash your parts and shave them. So she prefers shave, sounds like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ebony, I don't
which
think
I'm
you
not
answered
tapping
that,
into.
though.
But
You didn't answer that.
But Ash, what they not tapping into is the why. I want to go to Tiff, right? No, I'm gonna switch this to Matt because we was kind of sidebarring on this, right? So we said, why do you think somebody would need to be waxed? Like, what would be a benefit for them?
I feel like, you can groom yourself if you have more to display, but if you need a little help and showing off a little bit more of your I don't want to call your manhood, then yeah, cut it all the way off, go bald, let everything hang out. That way ain't nothing hidden, and you ain't got to worry about us misunderstanding what you came with.
I wonder what P. Diddy was, because ladies, I gotta ask y'all, did y'all hear about that shit that's been all over the internet going fucking viral? Tobie, did y'all hear about that shit? Y'all seen that video? That shit dropped. They was talking about the shrimp. We talking about wax. Sometimes you need to show it, or it's more comfort level. I don't know. I just want to know if y'all heard about that shit.
Yeah, we did. Just to give a little background in regards to that. There was allegedly, let me say my famous line, allegedly a sex tape dropped with Daphne Joy and also Diddy in an escort. And in this video, word around town, allegedly Mr. Diddy is not as well endowed as most thought he would be. So again, the clip, the whole video is about 30 minutes or so. No, I didn't do the research and watch the whole 30 minutes. Y'all can go do that yourself and then hit my inbox and let me know what you think. But Tobie has a great question for us posed right now. Tobie, so tell us what your question is in regards to this whole sex tape and this whole debacle with Diddy.
So, I mean, really, there was no question. It was supposed to kind of go into, speaking of how you prefer your man, like, did y'all see that video of him kind of holding his thing, which seems to be like tweezers, basically with his two fingers because it was so small, he was pinching that little thing. So I think, does size matter? Was that the question or what? Like, I don't know what we just discussed.
You know what, Tobie? That's a little disrespectful. You trying to tell me that they saying his shit?
That's
was
how he was holding it. That's how he was holding it.
She is not lying. She is telling the truth. That man was holding whatever it was with some tweezers. Like I told y'all before this live, it looked like a big coochie, but that's just me. That allegedly, okay. It looks allegedly it looked like a coochie, right?
Because if my man is walking around in front of the camera, I want to see something sticking way out here. I watched the video, y'all. I saw the video. I couldn't find it. I blew that shit up. I was looking. Look, I'm just going to say what I say because I watched it. Okay? I watched it. Everybody else don't watch this. Don't judge me. I was like, I'm looking for it. Like, where is it at? And he's moving his hands. He's moving. I'm like, well, where the fuck is it? I'm just saying. What you think, Trish? I don't fucking
listen. If you got to go around the room fixing shit, it ain't much there. I mean, he was fixing shit. He was fixing the candles, moving the candles around, cooking dinner while they was over there fucking. Okay, something ain't right. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what I see.
Right? We had all these people on camera. He need all this audience. Maybe he's a better watcher. He need a little excitement. I don't know. Allegedly, all of that good jazz. But I'm gonna shut up because
as single women on the panel, do size matter? What y'all think about this?
Did I hear my name? I thought I heard my name.
Go ahead, Trish. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. This is the only nigga alive that can get a blowjob.
Oh my god!
No, she didn't.
A blowjob for real.
A blow.
I'm gonna just be. You saw me. That's all it took. That's it. That's all. I seen it. And he's good. So
what the fuck is in that baby oil? It's something in that shit to help grow it.
I don't know. His hands was greasy as hell in that video. Camera fumbling all over the fucking place. I mean, come on.
But all I saw was baby oil. All I saw was fingers.
Look, but I got some sidebar shit. Look, Trish, they talk about the women all day long. BBLs, motherfucking boob jobs, tummy tuck, all that shit. I mean, is there something in place for the man? I mean, if you're having a little trouble in that area and you're trying to have some longevity, because sex matters, y'all. Listen, this is Black Love Elevated. We are married couples. Sex is important in the household. So if you're having a little trouble, I mean, can you give the audience some advice on some of the things that maybe these men can do?
Let me be honest. Lifestyle shit, when it comes down to lifestyle shit, it takes a certain level of nigga to be okay with being a cuck. And that's what he was. We on After Dark, right?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
It takes little dick energy to be a cuck. Ain't nobody got to sit up here and let they bitch get fucked by somebody. Dicked down by another man? Down. Absolutely not. So it was already giving little dick energy. And yes, there are things that man can do, whether it's supplements or it's fillers, but don't get mad at me. All the husbands on here. I don't want to hear shit. Don't. Josh, shut the fuck up.
Hey, listen. Don't leave with mine. I don't have that issue.
If a nigga can't take a goddamn cold, and it took forever for vasectomies that take 2.3 seconds to be okay. How many niggas you think is getting dick implants or dick shots?
Right.
It's not happening. We are groomed to take pain, whether it's childbirth, whether it's losing our virginity, whether it's taking dick in the ass. We're groomed to take pain.
Some men are too. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Because some men like that too.
I love that community. I'm halfway part of it. Mixed. Okay. So when it comes down to that part, like, I don't feel like it's something that's going to be as widespread as BBLs, as us getting breast jobs, as things of that nature. So a vast majority of them are cucks. And it makes sense why Diddy was a cuck, because he has no dick to deliver.
I don't know. My thing is though, I feel like men, their egos are a lot higher than women, and I feel like in that sense, they would run to go and get it if it was actually available and they had the money. So that brings me to my point of why didn't Diddy go and get it done?
Well, that's what Jamaica.
That's
That's
what
what
get a Q-tip in this motherfucker.
That's what Jamaica says. Jamaica says he has too much money. He should have got an implant.
Right.
But I'm with Trish though. I don't see it happening because it's going to be a little bit of pain or a little whatever, and then they have to be able to admit that they got a little bit.
That's the shit right there, Tobie. They gotta fucking admit that they got a little guy. And you know, for women, we don't want to feel like no fucking pedophiles or nothing. We don't want to be fucking with no little boy. Like you walk by and I'm like, oh, did my nephew walk by? Like, am I changing a fucking pamper or some shit? Like, what we got going on here?
Now hold on.
Head only gonna be okay for so long.
Hold on now.
Right.
You got
unless they got some good head job. You know, there's supplements to this. Now look, it's guys out there that are not. You know what I'm saying?
Need it for a lifetime. Yeah, I feel it.
Okay.
I've been it.
Go ahead, Mac. No, we're gonna go to Mac. We're gonna go to Mac. Go ahead, Mac.
Now you got options, okay? Now I sometimes like a little bit less endowed.
Oh, talk to us.
They are more ambitious. They are more inventive. They don't miss anything if they admit that that's what it is.
Because they know they got to work a little harder.
They do.
Yes.
Work.
Right. She said she wants
I love your perspective. We need to tap into that because we got to think about it, guys. There's a lot of different people out here. It's little ones, it's big ones. If you got a little one, she said, Max said it. I didn't say this shit. She said, put that work in. You got to do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the average motherfucker because you're not average. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could go to the store and get things to help you, right? You don't have to have surgery to get a little more length. You don't have to have surgery to get some girth. And for those that can't last, please get that spray. It'll numb you a little bit, but you'll still feel everything. And you'll last way longer.
What is that? What you talking about, girl?
It's a lidocaine, I believe. It's a lidocaine spray. Little bottle.
But you have to use that if you can't use that if you're not using a condom because otherwise you numb the woman and she already not having that great of a time.
Yeah. Now we just done this shit done.
And then I might as well mess with a female.
To be careful.
We dropping jewels. Y'all. Y'all better pick it up.
Well, we have another comment. Who knows if the implant will work properly? It's so much research out here. Go look. Somebody done got it before. Somebody done got it done.
Somebody done did that shit. Go out the country.
Right. Exactly. Tiff, what you think?
I too am not a size queen. I like a nice average. I think honestly, girth matters more than length, but what matters more than it all is listening to your partner and how they're responding and being able to react accordingly. So I don't have health issues per se, but like too much is too much. Like,
yeah, I don't like no horse dick. Yeah, you right, girl. I'm with you.
Right, work tomorrow. Like, what are we doing here?
Ovaries out. Shit.
Right. Yeah, I'll be sitting with ice pack, like
horse
nice
and pinky. Like,
well, we if we're talking about Diddy's situation, it was very. It was sitting on the balls. I'm telling y'all, like allegedly,
micro,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was alleged. This is alleged.
Bro, why in all the comments, all they was putting was little shrimps. They was putting little shrimps across the comments. I said, well, what's the shrimp? Girl, a shrimp. You know what a shrimp look like? That shit's curled up like this, a whole shrimp.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that
the real shrimp is a seed. That thing was like this.
So we do have another comment. It says ass and titty implants don't have to get hard or flex. They just for squeezing and sucking. So,
but also they come with their own sets of hazards and side effects and infections and things too. Like let's not.
And
hey Michelle,
rehabilitation as well. So it's not like men are the only ones that have surgery options. If we're gonna compare them, we're gonna compare them to the coochie rehabilitation surgery. Yes. We got to get a laser to put up your joint. Like We got to compare
Mm.
apples to apples instead of
Yeah.
apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Hello, Tanya Dunlap. What she said? She said they do have penis enlargement procedures. They do. And you don't even have to worry about paying that much. Go to Mexico, go to someplace, like do your
The
research.
Dominican
You got
Republic.
Yeah.
Nah, you better be careful. Wake up with a dick on your forehead. But anyway,
I'm done. I'm done, Ash. I ain't fucking with you.
my bad. My bad. Back to the topic at hand. Yeah, back to the topic at hand. So we know that Diddy has a small strip. I think or allegedly, but
Allegedly,
do
please.
whatever is good for you. I think if you feel like you need the procedure, just do it. No judgment here, whatsoever across the
That's what
board.
it's about, that confidence, because it can't be doing that
Yes.
much more. So whatever you, just like we tell them, whatever you need to do to feel more confident, to know and feel like you that bitch, and then outside, or you that nigga, or you that they them, and they're outside the bedroom, then do what that is that you need to do.
Quick question,
Yeah.
ladies. What if your spouse went and did the procedure? Would any of you guys have an issue with that without discussing it with you? Would you have an
Only
issue
if
with
it
that?
meant I was without dick for a very long time.
Okay.
You got to
Okay.
tell
Yeah.
me about the healing process, goddamn.
We'll have some questions because we may think a motherfucker cheating. Like, why you being bashful now? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck going on? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We need to talk about this. Let me
Hmm.
support you. See, that's the thing. Support. Listen, you don't got to be out there by yourself. Support is everything. Be open, be honest. Look, we're talking about Black Love Elevated, right? We're talking about conversations, communications, being open and honest. That's where you get longevity. You know what I'm saying? And I get we have some single people on the platform. We have some married, ex-married, all of that good shit. The most important thing is communication. Look, I lie for you, but I ain't gonna lie to you. That's just where I stand.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, ladies. We have been going for an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, 11 minutes now. We have been rolling. All right. A lot of good conversation. But I think it's about time for us to wrap this up. All right. All right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I definitely, first of all, I want to thank our panel of ladies for coming in. Thank you so
Yes,
much
thank
because
you,
you
ladies.
guys literally ride or dies. Y'all jumped on short notice. We definitely appreciate you, and y'all will be back because this has been so much fun. I mean,
Yes.
this has been so much fun. So thank you very much, Tiffany, Matt, Trisha. We definitely appreciate your insight. Thank you guys for supporting Black Love Elevated. We're super excited about some of the things that we have coming. So make sure that you guys are following the page. If you are in Georgia, make sure that you do join the Black Love Elevated group because that's where all the events are posted. And then we have our page separate, which is Black Love Elevated page, typically where we go live for the events, also on YouTube and Instagram, and more to come. But again, thank you guys for joining Tea Time with
Tobie.
Y'all already know I'm Ab.
and I'm Ash. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we will talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
I know. We want to hear those comments, what y'all really talking about.